Pahrump Early Learning Academy, our goal is to provide a complete nurturing environment for the growth and development of the whole child, socially, emotionally, physically, and intellectually. Children are natural explorers and need hands-on experiences to help stimulate their own imaginations. We strive to meet the needs of each individual child at their developmental level through planned activities, plus help each child attain a higher level of achievement. Call 751-5335 for more information.
News 46 is brought to you by Comfort Hospice Care, where we give our patients and their loved ones peace of mind, knowing we provide the highest quality of care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, call 751-0349. News is also brought to you by Inspiration Senior Living, where we provide affordable elegance to Pahrump area seniors. Give us a call at 751-2300 and make an appointment to tour our community.
Tonight on News 46, a groundbreaking is held for a new hotel. An accident closes the highway for 2 hours, and the Spring Mountains Run was a success. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Deanna O'Donnell and Jason Koblenz. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Monday, June 23rd, 2014. I'm Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. A groundbreaking was held this morning right next to Gold Town Casino.
All right, we're very happy to be here today, and we're happy to welcome Burgess Investments to the community. They're going to be building the Holiday Inn Express. We desperately need the room, so we're very happy to be here again today. Applaud. All right, ready? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Get some dirt. There we go. All right, thank you.
We're hoping to be open second quarter of next year, so about this time next year, hopefully by the end of April actually, so 10 months from now.
So give me kind of a detail of what we're going to be seeing here. How many rooms?
We're 103 rooms, 3-story, exterior pool, all interior corridor, Holiday Inn Express.
And a little bit more about Burgess Investments.
We're based out of southern Utah. We own hotel properties in the limited service market in 4 states. This will be our 3rd property in the state of Nevada. We're excited to be coming to Pahrump. We've been looking here for the last 18 to 24 months.
And why did you guys decide to invest here into Pahrump?
We've been talking with Front Sight and the Raceway and just a couple of other local connections, and saw a need for more hotel rooms here in town and decided that now was the time to come and build a new property in Pahrump.
Is this any connection to Golden Gaming, or is this next to it?
We have a lease agreement with Golden Gaming, and we'll be working closely with Golden Gaming, but they're not a partner in the physical hotel, but we value our partnership and relationship with Golden Gaming, yes.
Let me know about kind of subcontractors and the employees. Have you guys hired local, or?
You know, we haven't hired any of the employees for the hotel yet. That'll take place probably starting 4 or 5 months from now. Local contractors, there are some local contractors, the excavators from here in Pahrump, and I believe the concrete company also. The general contractor is actually based out of southern Utah, Blackburn and Associates.
So there might be some jobs available in the construction as well, of course, the daily operations.
I believe so, yes.
Do you know how many employees it's going to actually have eventually?
Once the hotel is fully functional, between 25 and 35 employees.
Yeah, absolutely. In the construction phase, they have local contractors, local subs, so that work and that money, we were just talking about that with the owners here, that we're happy to see that turn over in the community, and then once it is built, there'll be some permanent full-time jobs, and anytime we can get that, we've desperately needed hotel rooms, so this is a really a bonus for the community.
One person was transported this morning from an accident on Highway 160.
Tonight's accident report is brought to you by Stovall ASSOCIATES. Don't expect insurance companies to have your best interest in mind. Stovall ASSOCIATES cares. Let us help you if you have been involved in an accident.
Northbound Highway 160 was closed for approximately 2 hours just south of Basin Avenue for a two-vehicle rear-end collision accident. One female was transported from the red pickup truck as a result of sustaining injuries from this accident. No one inside the minivan was transported at the time. Nye County Sheriff's deputies arrived on scene and were able to direct traffic around the accident. Nevada Highway Patrol is conducting this investigation. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue arrived on scene and were able to evaluate all of the occupants of these vehicles. How the accident occurred is still under investigation at this time. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. And two cars collided in the intersection of Highways 160 and 372 on Friday afternoon. A two-vehicle accident occurred on Highway 372 and 160 on Friday afternoon. No one was transported as a result of this accident. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue and Nye County Sheriff's deputies all arrived on scene to find both vehicles in the roadway in the intersection. However, they were quickly moved to the side of the roadway while the investigation was being conducted. The cause of this accident appears to be a failure to yield the right-of-way. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. And a tsunami warning has been issued for coastal Alaska following a magnitude 8.0 earthquake located about 15 miles from Little Sitkin Island, Alaska. The quake had a depth of 71 miles and was expected to produce a modest tsunami. The Tsunami Center has warned residents to move to higher ground. Funeral services have been set for two young house fire victims that were killed Thursday in the northwest part of the Las Vegas Valley. 4-year-old Cruz Flores and 2-year-old Ella Flores will have their funeral services at 1 p.m. on Friday at Palm Mortuary on Jones. Their parents, Stephanie Pereira and Anthony Flores, were hospitalized after the early morning fire on Thursday on Riley Street. The family has decided not to return to the home they purchased just a year ago. If you would like to donate, you can go to the Wells Fargo under the name Stephanie Pereira, or you can go to GoFundMe.com, Cruz and Ella Fund. When we come back from this break, we'll have your Desert View Hospital health tip.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Integrity Taxi. Reliable, safe, and fun. Call Integrity Taxi at 751-1111.
And welcome back. Last fall, a multi-state outbreak of fungal meningitis occurred after contaminated steroid injections were given to patients to treat back pain and other neuropathic symptoms. These contaminated injections also produced spinal infections at the injection site. A new study examined whether a screening MRI could detect these infections in patients who do not initially report new symptoms after receiving these contaminated injections.
This health tip is brought to you by
Desert View Hospital and Mountain Valley Physicians Group. Don't put your health on hold. We have time for you. Call us to schedule your appointment. 775-751-7100.
The 23-state outbreak of contaminated injections hit the state of Michigan the hardest. The methylprednisolone was distributed from a compounding center in New England and used in injections for patients at 75 independent pain clinics nationwide. Construction worker J.R. Mazer received an injection with the contaminated drug last September and came to the fungal clinic at St. Joseph Mercy Hospital.
You still having the numbness?
The clinic was set up to help treat patients like him.
I decided it was time to come to the clinic because I couldn't turn my neck or bend my neck down and had an excruciating headache.
He was diagnosed with fungal meningitis. However, the clinic started noticing patients who had received the injections but didn't develop meningitis.
We actually started seeing some patients that only presented with just infection at the injection site.
Dr. Anurag Malani from St. Joseph's Hospital and co-authors performed MRIs on 172 patients who had not presented for care related to their contaminated injections. Based on these MRIs, 118 patients had no evidence of infection, 18 had equivocal results, neither normal nor clearly showing infection, and 36 had evidence of infection.
Of the patients that had abnormal MRIs, 35 of them actually met the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention case definitions for probable or confirmed fungal spinal or paraspinal infection related to this outbreak. 24 required surgery, and about 70% of the patients, or 25 of them, required 2-drug therapy.
Researchers say each case is different and can present with or without increased symptoms.
Over a third of these patients had no change in their chronic pain, but yet were found to have infection.
On average, it took about 87 days to detect whether patients developed infections. This MRI on the left was initially normal. 19 days later, another MRI showed the same patient had an infection.
And important to recognize that we don't fully yet understand what the incubation period is.
JR may have to go back into the hospital, but says he has a very supportive wife and is trying to stay positive.
I hope to stay alive, and I hope to keep the ability to walk. I'm hoping that we can cure this thing.
Catherine Dolph, The JAMA Report.
Researchers say proactive outreach is needed for these patients to see whether they have undergone an MRI or have experienced new or increased pain. Randy Burke and Roadshows held a successful event this weekend at Petrick Park for the first ever Spring Mountains Run. The inaugural Spring Mountains Run bike rally was held this weekend at Petrick Park, put on by Roadshows and Randy Burke. The Spring Mountain Run offered scenic poker runs to Death Valley and around the community, with such stops as both wineries, the racetrack, the Amargosa Opera House, as well as a concert stage featuring the band Skin and Leonard, which played on Friday and Saturday night. They also had Monty Perlin's Globacross.
We have Monty Perlin out of Hollywood. He has what they call a Globacross. He is Arnold Schwarzenegger's double for all his motorcycle tricks. And it's unbelievable. They have this big steel cage and they run motorcycles around it like hamsters around a cage, upside down and sideways. And it's not a trick. It's the real thing, and it's very dangerous. And he's the best there is at it.
Including Victor McLaughlin's Motor Course, which was a group of motorcycle riders who did tricks throughout Petrick Park for the crowd. All in all, the Spring Mountain Runs appears to be a complete success. We'll see you next year for the second annual event. This is Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. That was a lot of fun. Sheriff Gillespie of Las Vegas Metro has revealed new details regarding the fatal shooting on June 8th, killing officers Igor Saldo and Alan Beck and civilian Joseph Wilcox near Nellis and Stewart. Gillespie said that after Wilcox was shot and killed at Walmart, the suspects, Jared and Amanda Miller, went directly to the rear of the store, broke into an ammunition case in the sporting goods section to reload their weapons. The Millers then engaged other arriving officers in a gun battle that lasted approximately 15 minutes. During this exchange, Jared Miller was fatally wounded by officers and Amanda Miller shot herself in the head. Amanda was then transported to UMC Trauma Center, where she was later pronounced deceased. The investigation revealed the Millers were armed with several weapons, to include a Ruger 38 Special hammerless revolver handgun, a Winchester Model 1300 Defender 12-gauge pistol grip pump shotgun, and a Smith & Wesson M&P 9mm semi-automatic handgun when they arrived at Walmart. The Millers also had in their possession 2 handguns with 4 magazines of ammunition. Both of these weapons and magazines were taken from Metro officers Saldo and Beck, who were slain at the Cece's Pizza. In addition to the weapons, the Millers were also carrying armor-piercing ammunition, meals ready to eat, or MREs, and were both wearing adult diapers. We'll be back in just a moment.
Pahrump, are you getting tired of being capped on your internet? Well, not anymore. WaveDirect has no data caps, and with great local customer service, why go anywhere else? 30-day trials are available. Call 775-253-3887.
Today's news is brought to you in part by Dr. George Leeks, Pahrump's optometrist since 1990, offering full-spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300.
Police seized 500 pounds of illegal fireworks and arrested a 51-year-old man they suspect was selling them to minors in a liquor store parking lot in Costa Mesa, California. 51-year-old Antonio Orlano of Las Vegas paid about $2,000 for the fireworks in Pahrump, then drove them in a trailer to California to sell. Officers found about 300 mortars, 300 aerial fireworks, 300 Roman candles, 3,600 bottle rockets, 40 large skyrockets, and more than 600 M150 type explosives. More than 11,000 firecrackers were also found. Orellana was booked into the county jail on suspicion of selling dangerous fireworks to minors, contributing to the delinquency of a minor, and sales of dangerous fireworks. His bail has been set at $20,000. Once again, it is illegal to purchase fireworks inside Pahrump and transport them over the county and state lines. It's also illegal to set off fireworks within the town limits of Pahrump. More than 130,000 people poured through the gates of the Las Vegas Motor Speedway each night of the weekend-long Electric Daisy Carnival. Tragedy marks the festival. Montgomery Sang of San Leandro, California, who was attending the event, died Saturday morning after being taken to the hospital. The Clark County Coroner's Office said the cause of death for the 24-year-old was pending toxicology and other tests. According to Metro, there were 25 felony arrests for the EDC's third day, all narcotics related. There were also 234 medical calls with 8 people sent to area hospitals, 2 DUI arrests, 1 traffic accident, 9 misdemeanor citations, 5 traffic citations, and 13 misdemeanor arrests. Let's join Angela Miles with today's First Business Brief.
This is the First Business Brief for Monday, June 23rd. I'm Angela Miles. Rhode Island tops the list of the highest unemployment rate in the U.S. The rate in May was 8.2%, just ahead of Nevada at 7.9%. California stands at 7.6%, and North Dakota is at the bottom at just 2.5%. Investors are not so hot on Radio Shack. The stock slipped below $1 Friday. It's the first time in the company's history. If shares close below $1 for 30 consecutive trading sessions, Radio Shack could be delisted from the New York Stock Exchange. Turnaround efforts are underway at Radio Shack stores, including renovations and cost cuts. Also, prices are perking up at Starbucks. Starting tomorrow, some coffee drinks will cost a nickel to 20 cents more. The chain blames higher prices for ingredients and labor costs. That's the First Business Brief. I'm Angela Miles.
Thanks so much, Angela. Well, our weatherman is under the weather today, so when we come back from this break, I'll have your weather from the desk. And we're looking at your today, sunny skies, your high at 101, average temperature the same. Winds out of the south-southwest at 6 miles per hour, your gust 15, UV index is 10, humidity at 13%, sunrise 528, and your record high back in 1959 at 113 degrees. Tonight, you're looking at clear skies with a low of 71, your average temperature 77, winds out of the east-northeast at 4 miles per hour, gusts up to 8, humidity is at 20%, and your sunset 8:05. Your record low back in 1944, 55 degrees. Tomorrow, once again, sunny skies with your high of 102, low of 71, winds out of the south-southwest at 7 miles per hour, gusts 15, humidity 19%, and the sunrise 528, UV index is 10. And your 7-day forecast, we're looking at your low 100s, and it's dipping down on Thursday and Friday, just below 100. All your overnight lows at 70 degrees, but it looks like it's going to be coming back up at the end of the weekend. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of News 46. We wish Noah Beegan get well on the road to recovery there. And that's going to do it for this edition of News 46. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Have a great night.